Okay, we're on the bottom of Pegimel on Beis. V'zeu gam keninyan seviv kol almin. The last thing that Abba mentioned was the Zayar. One of the Zayars that he mentioned was he grasps the whole world, the whole world doesn't grasp him. So he says that even though the Eibishter is Mamale Kol Almin, he fills up the world, like the Neshama is Mamale is Haguf, but it's different. The Neshama goes into the Guf, just as the Guf is affected by the Neshama is affected by the Guf. The Neshama reacts to the Guf. The Eibishter also is Mamale Kol Almin. He goes into the Neshama in a pneumistic way, but at the same time, the Eibishter Mamale Kol Almin does not affect the Eibishter. Hashem affects the world doesn't affect it. So the Alter Rebbe like this: V'zehu gam keninyan seviv kol almin. This is also the idea of seviv. In other words, the idea of seviv means not that he's not here. He's here. But he's here in a way that he affects the world without the world affecting him. Pirish derech mashal. By way of analogy, you have the same mashal, if I'm not mistaken, in Memtes. If it's not Memtes, it's Memches. Kisha Adam is beinin be'ezed var chochma. Let's take a look which Perek it is. The end of Perek Memches. Kisha Adam is beinin be'ezed var chochma besichle. When a person intellectually meditates on an idea in his mind, or a physical thing in his imagination, so then, sichle or machshavte, his in mind and his thought, makifim al adavarahu, encompass, surround that thing, hamatuyir, the machshavte besichle, which is visualized in his thought or in his intelligence, his mind. But when you talk about a person, they're not surrounding the physical thing in actual fact, they're only surrounding the idea of the thing. Dr. Avala Kadosh Baruch Hu by the Eibush the Ksiv by Hashem is different. It says by him Kilei Machshav Esai Machshav Ezecha V'Geimen. Hashem's thoughts are different than our thoughts. We had this already in Tanya Perek Chafalov. And in a few other places we say that Machshav Yossi, the thought, that knowledge that Hashem knows. Sheidei Yakol, and that he knows all the creations. Makefes Kol Nivra V'Pel Mamish actually encompasses the physicality of the creation itself. Shaharei, because he Chayesei, the life of the creation is Hashem thinking about the creation. V'Savusei, in its creation, its actual existence, miyayin, from a state of non-existence. Liation to a state of yes existence. B'Peil Mamish, it all has to do with the thought of the Eibishter. In other words, the Eibishter's Yediyah creates us. So the Eibishter's Yediyah creates us. We have another kvetch, in addition to everything we said before, that Hashem is one with His knowledge. We're one with the Eibishter. There's another kvetch. This knowledge that the Eibishter has makes us be. And since He's one with His knowledge, our existence is one with Him. And He continues. And Mamale Kol Almin, which is the same idea, it also inspires us. But Mamale Kol Almin is different than Seviv Kol Almin. Seviv Kol Almin is one machshava, one thought that encompasses the whole creation. Mamale Kol Almin is very tailored and very specific. But Mamale Kol Almin is also this way, that even though it's life, it's revealed in each individual creation. In other words, it's contracted in each individual creation. In a very great contractedness, according to the measure of that individual creation. That every individual creation is is measured and has a distinct purpose. B'kamuse, in its quantity, that means in its size. Uve'echuse, and in its quality, that means in its value. Dahainu, in other words, ma'alose v'chashivuse, its level and its worth. For example, Hashemish, the sun. Shegufa yesh legvul v'tachlis b'kamuse. The sun's size is measured and with a purpose in its quantity, in its value. The sun is 167 times the size of the sphere of the earth. Now the Rambam writes 170, close to 170. So the Alter Rebbe is more medactic, 167. It's a bizarre pele because the sun is much. You can fit a lot more than 167 suns, earths, into the area of the sun. And the Rebbe has a footnote where he explains the cheshbon of Kuf Samach Zayin Pa'amim. And then you talk about the echos, the quality and the value of the sun who ate it. It's light. It's also limited that fire could radiate. Doesn't continue radiating beyond the purpose. It's limited. So the sun is like the most important, but it has a limit in its kamuts and its echos. The same is true of all creations. Have a limit and a distinct purpose. When he brings it, the distance between the earth and the first heaven is 500 years of walking and so forth. We talked about this on a previous occasion. As a consequence, the life in each creation is contracted greatly and most intensely, so that I should be able to create a limited physical creation. It must first contract itself many and most intense until it should be able to create from its strength and from its light the essence of the creations as they are, with a limit and with a distinct purpose. And then there are subsequent tzimtzumim which the Alter Rebbe is going to explain tomorrow. But the point is, just like Sevav Kalam, Hashem's machshava, Hashem's thought encompasses the whole creation, and at the same time it doesn't affect him. Memala Kalamim, which is measured to each individual creation, and L'cha'ed, it's specialized and tell to each one of us. It creates our guf, and it creates our value, our maila, and our neshama, and our mahus. Nevertheless, even though Memala Kalamim is invested personally, each creation, not only are we not able to hold the Sevav Kalam of Elokus, we're not even able to hold the Memala Kalam of Elokus. And then tomorrow's shir will continue from here. This is the end of the page.